to a brand new Pirate Science location. My name is Captain Richard, and I am broadcasting from my new house, so that's why things look a little different. New place, everything is still kind of packed up right now, but I am inside my new workshop, so it just kind of like increases my ability to do some wild and crazy fun stuff for us here online. Okay, so today we have a special request. Let me pull it up here. Okay, this is from Jane, Owen, Ryan, and Kate. I think you guys know who they are. They sent me an email asking me what would happen if you mixed black powder into or sprinkled it on top of a cake frosting and then lit the candles. Okay, so first let's talk about a little bit about what they're talking about. And then we'll do this. So first, black powder is one of the early forms of gunpowder. It was invented in China, and they used it to create the first firearms and flares and fireworks, right? And black powder is still used today in a lot of fireworks. Modern science has refined black powder into what we call gunpowder. Gunpowder is a lot more stable, and it is less susceptible to like soaking up moisture and becoming kind of like not useful. So gunpowder is basically the modern science version of black powder, the very first thing that people use to fireworks, cannons, things like that. So in order to answer their question, what would happen if you put this highly explosive substance on top of a birthday cake and then lit the candles? We're going to use a simulation in Powder Toy today. The reason we're not doing it for real is because I have all of my pirate cannons are still packed up, so I can't get to my black powder. Otherwise, but in the future, we'll bake a cake, we'll sprinkle some black powder on it. We'll see what happens. But for today, for a quick show, we're going to do this in Powder Toy. For those of you who don't know, Powder Toy is a super powerful and fun program which allows you to simulate science experiments. I will put the link for Powder Toy in the video description so that you can download it. Okay, so let's take a look at Powder Toy. Okay, so we have all these different tools. I have different videos that go into more depth of how to play around Powder Toy, so you can check those out. So I'm going to start today assuming you know how to do this. So first we need to build a cake. And unfortunately, there is no substance here that is just like cake, right? So that's too bad. So what are we going to do? We're going to, I think we're going to use, let's look at our solids here. What do we have here that we could use? Rapid heat conductor, ceramic, gold, a gold cake. We don't want it to be made of metal. Titanium, quartz, a filter for photons, shield, vines, rime, sponge. That could work, right? I mean, there is literally sponge cake, right? So maybe we'll use sponge. Let's see. Dry ice, rust, brick, coal, nitrogen ice, glass, wax, breakable metal, plant, wood, ice, goo. Goo? But we don't really know what goo is. So what was the thing that we thought would work? Oh, sponge. Okay, let's make a cake. So I'm using my mouse wheel to make the selector bigger, and I'm going to Draw a birthday cake. Okay, so there's our birthday cake. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a candle on it, okay? So we're gonna go to the explosives here. Now a candle is two parts. There's a wick, which is a flammable piece of material, and then that is surrounded with wax. So what happens is the wick burns really fast, but the wax also burns is much slower. So it slows the flame down so that it takes a while to burn, right? So we're going to grab this. This is called an igniter cord. We're going to pretend that that is the wick that goes down the middle of the candle, the part you light. Okay, and we're going to just kind of draw a birthday candle. Boop. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to solids and we're going to grab some wax and we're going to coat this guy in wax. So I'm going to make it a little bigger than I used. And let's coat it in wax. There you go. So we got ourselves a candle. Now let's pour some of the black powder on top. Now, so it's under explosives. Unfortunately, there is no black powder here. We have like TNT, which is not really black powder. There is fireworks, which is similar to black powder. We use it to make up fireworks, but unfortunately, it doesn't react. It reacts as like little tiny pow, rather than just like something we can light and explode. So that's not what we want. But we do have gunpowder, which is probably the closest thing we have to black powder. So we're gonna take this and we're just gonna like sprinkle a little bit on the top here of our cake. Okay, there it goes. We'll make sure we sprinkle some next to the candle, right? And you can use as much or as little of this as you want. You can make a big pile of it or whatever. But for now, we're going to just use this and we're going to light this guy on fire and we're going to see what happens, okay? So here is the fire. We click the fire tool. You can have big fire, but we're going to use like a little tiny match, okay? There it is, right? Little tiny flame. There it is. Okay, so now we're going to light the top of our candle and we're going to see just what happens here, okay? Here we go. So lit the fuse. You can see the wax is melting as the candle burns down. What happened? It didn't explode. We thought that maybe the fire would hit the gunpowder and then go explode. But what happened? The wax melted and prevented the flame from touching the gunpowder. Now, you know what? I don't think that is very realistic. I think that the flame would get to that gunpowder and it would make it explode. So we have a couple of different options here. One, we could use less wax, which might help it. Two, we could use no wax. Okay, so let's use less wax this time and see if we can prevent it from interfering with the fire. And then if that doesn't work, then we'll try it with no wax at all, okay? So we're gonna click the new here. We're going to draw ourselves a new sponge cake. Okay, here's our sponge cake. And we are going to grab our wick. We're going to draw our flammable wick. And this time we're going to use, oh, look, they have liquid wax. How interesting is that? Okay, where is it? It's under solids. There we are, wax. Okay, so this time we're going to just very teeny bit amount of wax. Super tiny. Just a touch on both sides here. There we go. So less wax. Okay, let's give this one a try. Oh, we got to put our gunpowder on it. Okay, let's sprinkle some gunpowder. Okay. A little bit more around the actual candle here. Okay, here we go. Let's light this guy on fire. We got our little match, and we're going to touch it to our wick. There we go, our candle. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh my goodness. So if you baked a cake and then you put some black powder on top and lit a candle, it would be maybe your last birthday party you'd ever have. Okay, look at it, there it goes. It exploded, burnt the whole cake up, and if there were some people around, they probably would be running for a fire extinguisher, or I don't know, maybe they would be flying out of the windows. Okay, guys, so that is our little powder toy experiment. What happens if you put black powder on top of a birthday cake? Later on in this year, when I have all my stuff set up, let's do this for real. Let's bake a cake. Let's put some black powder on it. Let's see what happens, right? Okay, so make sure you go to MrIncorvia.com for all of your cool science and piratey needs. I know that school's going to be starting up soon, and it sounds like we're going to be starting up virtually. I miss you guys tremendously, but I'm very happy that we're going to get to do all kinds of crazy cool science stuff right here on YouTube with everyone. Okay? Take care, guys.